Good morning. Welcome to a special edition of Monday midday or morning meditation, depending on when you listen to this podcast. For this is pre-recorded as I and my prayer chaplain partner, Senator Blanchard, have taken the day off in a day of remembrance. I don't know where you were on this day in history or if you ever reflect to a certain day in history. But do you know where you were on September 11th in 2001? For this is a day of remembrance, especially for those of us in the United States. Now, Google, what happened on this day in the US in 2001?
According to the White House, the airborne terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and the thwarted flight against the White House or Capitol on September 11, 2001, in which nearly 3,000 Americans were killed, transformed George W. Bush into a wartime president.
I know where I was. It was about this time in the morning, since this is pre-recorded. I was getting up, I was getting ready for work, for I worked over at Southern Methodist University and I lived in Benbrook, Texas. And one of the things I used to enjoy along the way was my solitude of looking at the night sky as the lights twinkled, because this was in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex I was driving around. I proceeded in the darkness in the route I normally traveled. And as I got closer and closer to the airport, I discovered that my joyous ride with my radio on turned to something other than. And all of a sudden, the twinkles in the sky changed as time went on by, as all the planes began to descend upon the airport. The radio station grew silent as Kid Craddock and Kelly Raspberry changed their tone. It's time for this world to change their tone. For now, as I get ready for work every day, it's a whole new experience. There's a little less joy along the way, and it's because of the choices we have made. But there are choices that were made on 9/11 that today I want to honor, remember, and respect. Those of fellow man that stood forward, not thinking of themselves, but this thinking of the highest and best for those that they loved. As they ran into the Twin Towers or experienced that change in that flight, or shuffled around the Pentagon, or just looked up at the skies, change was happening. Now, today's daily word is honor. I honor the life of God in everyone and in everything, for God is all. I honor the life of God in everyone and everything. As it says in today's daily word, I honor the legacy of all those who have come before me and their contributions to the world. I take a moment in silence to speak a prayer of peace and gratitude for those who have passed. I honor the courage and strength of all people who have served to make this a better world. I honor the sacredness of all life. In a consciousness of oneness, I honor the Spirit of God in all. Everything I see is the life of God expressing itself. For life is eternal, and I trust my loved ones will live on forever. I cherish the memories and the love we shared and continue to share. Nothing and no one can take that away. With immense gratitude, I send a blessing and a prayer to all those who have enriched my life. For everyone that you meet, everyone that you greet, everyone that you come into contact with, and all the surroundings that you are in, it's all God. It's all God. Now, in here in the Daily Word, it has an abbreviation of the beautiful passage in Romans. But what I'd like to do is tell you that this passage has changed over time. We have the same opportunity, but we can go backwards with today's Romans 13:7, as it says in my edition of the Daily Word, give to everyone what you owe them. If you owe taxes, pay taxes. If revenue, then revenue. If respect, then respect. If honor, then honor. But if you go back even through the New Revised Standard Version, it says it a little bit differently. It says, pay to all what is due them, taxes to whom taxes are due, revenue to whom revenue is due, respect to whom respect is due, and honor to whom honor is due. And if we step backwards in time a little bit more to the King James Version, it actually says, when it was placed into English, render, therefore, to all their dues. Tribute to whom tribute is due. Custom to whom custom. Fear to whom fear. Honor to whom honor. Change has happened in the world. That's mostly because the alignment process as we come together as one. As we say at Unity, there is only one presence and one power in the universe, that is God the good. But we also come to an understanding that we are that expression moving forward. It's about choices. So let's take this time and choose this time to stay in the peace, in the silence, in remembrance, and in honor of all that is God, all that have stood forward in sacred service, and send out our love. Sweet Spirit, we honor all that is you. For there's only one power and one presence in the universe, and we open our hearts to this. It is not I, but thy, my connection to you, my connection in this oneness that brings it all forward. For each and all of us are the children of God. For as it says in many of the different scriptures, through many of the different understandings in religion, that it is truly about that connection to come together in that higher consciousness. I call this the highest of hearts. So this week, as we go into the heart of healing, know that in a mind's eye, all is well. And the infinite wellness is in me, through me, as me. And that infinite moves onward. It is in us, through us, as us. We come together in the oneness. Knowing this is the truth of all being, we say, thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For as you've given us dominion, we so embrace that circle of love and life and respect and honor the life of you in everyone and everything. Namaste.